Hello everybody, this is the Hebrew Jamaican Coolie back again with another video, responding to a comment where basically a guy called me a simp. I don't think he even listened to the entire video to see the context of what I was saying, but okay. You see this whole thing of Redpill? It's a movement that was started by black men to basically express the issues that was going on in the black community that was created by white supremacy. You understand? It was a movement for black men to finally have their voices heard. You understand? And it was something, basically when YouTube became a thing, or it wasn't even like paying people, black men were on YouTube basically speaking their mind and talking about the problems of dating black women, etc. You see this whole red pill thing with Andrew Tate and them and those toxic people that brought that foolishness into the space. That has nothing to do with the issues that black men are really and truly facing. You understand me I say? Now listen to what I'm saying. And let me say it again. There are a lot of black men that I know for a fact, well off, working, not broke, but would like to find a decent woman, but cannot find a decent woman because of the whoredom of Babylon right now. The whoredom that is spreading all over Babylon, where our women are taught to be, street women of the night, for just like women of the night, act like women of the night. You understand? And present themselves as women of the night, but yet still turn around and tell you that they want to be treated like they are a princess. When I met my wife, let me tell you something, I was so glad I met my wife. I was so glad I met my wife. Because off the rip, from the very first date, you understand, I let my wife know what's up. Right? And I told my wife point blank, if you want to roll, you roll. You don't want to roll, you don't roll. And my wife let me know that that is exactly what she was looking for. Because I told my wife point blank that I am seeking marriage. And it isn't that I, as a 30-odd-year-old man, just decide to seek marriage. I've been seeking marriage for years. All women in Jamaica may seek marriage for years. You've heard me say that I was engaged to a Japanese woman. You understand? From the age of 27, may I seek marriage. And even before that, I was seeking marriage. So, black men seeking marriage, people think that it's when you get old, it's settling down. That's not true. That's not true. And I don't agree with anybody getting to a certain age and then deciding to settle down. Because what have you to offer anybody when you reach a certain age? With a decrepit body that can barely do nothing for them. You understand me I say? What have you to be able to give to anybody in a marriage when you're old and decrepit? Come on, man. We need to stop this foolishness. That's why the Bible says, young men, I call you because you are young. Right? The Most High uses you because of your youth and your vitality. You have enough years of your life and you have enough strength in your life for him to use you. Same thing with marriage. You can't decide to get married when you're old and decrepit. There's not much years left behind you. You understand? You're set in certain ways where nobody no like. You understand? And nobody can use you to do anything. Now back to this guy who claims I am a simp just because I'm speaking common sense. Common sense. Nothing in this world. Nothing in this world. Right? This is my rant right now. That's what I'm telling this mentality. Right? That anybody that speak common sense to these men is some bomba simp. Right? This guy needs to have his head examined. Listen. Everybody knows. Every man knows the gold digger out there. But if you as a man can't spot them, the problem lies with you. If you see certain red flags, and just because a woman is beautiful, you decide to ignore those red flags, the problem lies with you. You see me? As beautiful as my wife was, our first date was at a Starbucks in downtown Philadelphia. You see me? And let me tell you something. Our first date, some stuff was happening. Some really bad stuff was happening to me that night. You understand? I got locked out of my own apartment that night. You understand? I basically had to sleep on the street that night because I got locked out of my apartment and couldn't get my keys until the morning. You see me? So after the date a wonderful date I had with my wife at that time, our very first date, I got locked out of my freaking apartment. You see me? The real truth and matter is, what I really want to talk about is the jealousy that some of these guys have for pookies and rays. The reason why I have such a stark hatred for pookies and rays is because the women that like gave their bodies to pookies and rays, and you wish it was you. That's the whole thing. You're freaking jealous of these pookies and rays. You're freaking jealous of them. That's why every freaking video on the table, you know, them getting bodies over to pookies and rays. Careful, your jealousy is showing. Your freaking jealousy is showing. It shows that you are jealous that these men can get the type of women that you would wish and dream that you could be with. And you're angry that these women didn't choose you. That's why when I have such a stark hatred for women who made their choices. Do I agree that they chose pookies and rays? No. No. But I'm not going to knock them because of it. That's their choice. Them choose the man them want. Them find them man where them want. Them get wet because them man them wet make them wet. You see me? Those are the types of men that gets them wet. You understand? What you need to do is find the type of freaking woman that will gush a freaking river over just by looking at you and listening to your ratted speak. Freaking weak ass punks. None of freaking game man in the bar for every free. I have had sex with women when there was $0 in my freaking bank account. Not a freaking car to my freaking name. And I'm sleeping with a bunch of women. You understand? What does that say about you? You have to use money. You have to use money to draw women in. I don't have to do that. I'm a charismatic person. Everywhere I go, I friggin' make friends, male and female. I'm too friggin' weak-minded. That's a friggin' weak-ass mentality to have. Everybody that don't friggin' agree with you is not a friggin' simp. Right? And I have to agree, there are friggin' simps out there. I've spoken about them. I said, these are the most dangerous men alive. And what is a simp to me? A simp is a man that does not know his own self-worth and his own self-value. You're talking to a man who is married 5 friggin' years, 4 friggin' children, and there are women out there that still try to talk to me after me basically having blinders friggin' on, and talk to my wife about it a lot, that there are women who are checking for me. What the frick you talking about? We need to get off this friggin' simple-minded type of attitude. Go out there, go find the friggin' woman, the diamond in the friggin' rough. Right? I agree that there are women, that there are hardly any feminine women out there. I agree to that. I agree. But I am not giving up. You understand? And I never gave up. And see that now? I have my wife, a very friggin' submissive woman. Very friggin' submissive. Right? Super submissive. If I say A to my wife, she says okay. If I say how big is the A, she gonna tell me how big the A is. If I said B to her, she said B as well. That woman hangs on to my leadership with every last breath that is within her. She don't have no time for this foolishness of going against the grain when she know. You understand what needs to be done? It's time men grow up and get rid of this whole toxic mindset. You understand? I agree with passport bros. If you feel like you can't find the love of your life on this land, of course, get your passport, leave, go to another country and find your love. You understand? What I don't agree with is the constant sleeping around with many women. On the complain about women having high body counts and yet still on the go and sleep with women and give them high body counts. That's kind of a hypocrisy to me. And that's why I made a video saying why I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels on certain things. Not all things, certain things. I said I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels on. You understand what I'm saying? Certain things, not everything. Right? But the day I was making the video, Kevin Samuels passed away. And so I couldn't release that video because it would have looked very disrespectful. So I released the video. So the man and the man dead the same day. You understand? That's why I waited this whole time before mentioning it. You see me? Anyway, this is the Hebrew Jamaican Coolie. Peace. I'm out.